Everyone, my name is Jimmy Barnes and I'm from What's on the Table, and it's been a while, I understand. My good friends Joe and Luke, the other channel mates, have been super busy with life and they've been unable to record. It's been hectic. A few things in my life as well, but I'm going to be recording a lot tonight, so you'll have plenty of just videos to watch. But I'm here down in Texas with my good friends Ruben, Ben, Brent, and Blake, and some of their good friends, and we're all just playing Magic right now. But I decided I'm gonna start recording because they don't just play Commander, they play all kinds of different formats. So we're gonna get into that. All right, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Ruben Martin. Been playing Magic since Theros and play pretty consistently. Today I want to show my version of an Infect deck. It's pretty like similar to how a normal Infect deck would play, other than I added another color to also increase the speed. And when you're talking about increasing speed in Magic and adding colors, that most of the time means red. So we did add some red. I'll save that for the end.
All right, so I'm gonna get down all the way. Get down so we look at the nitty gritty, and look at this mat. Look at this clean mat. This goes back to your original roots in Magic, which you were playing an Aura deck.
Yeah.
White blue
Start
auras.
off with heroic. White blue heroic.
Yep.
Yeah, so the creature base is pretty standard Infect. We got our 4 Ink Moth Nexus.
Ink Moth.
We got our ideal 1-drop in our Glistener Elves.
Yep. Get those out of the way.
We got our unblockable Infector Blighted Agent.
Disgusting card. Disgusting.
We got our Pump Creature and Mana Source with our Noble Hierarchs.
So it's a good card.
And we got our one of Spell Sky, just as another way to protect our so important creatures.
So both these last two cards just recently got reprinted in Double Masters, which actually makes this a little more affordable now.
Right. That's definitely one of the reasons I went into it. In terms of our pump spells that we're going to be like ramping up the power of our Infect creatures, we got our Mutagenic Growth, which is, Phyrexian mana is just basically free.
It's free. Let's be real. It's just
It's
free.
free.
You're trying to end the game on on turn 3.
Yeah.
Sometimes turn 2. Like you.
Yeah. And then I only have one right now. I'm in the process of getting the other 3, but we got our Scale Ups, which is actually a newer card too that was added to Infect. Have a boosted up by 6.
Just so dumb. Oh yeah, 1 mana, my creature becomes a 6. That's fair, especially with Infect.
We got our Might of Okrosas, which is our sorcery speed, +4/+4, or if you need to use it in a pinch as an instant to save a creature with a +2/+2, some good versatility. And then we got our Groundswells, which also gets +4/+4. So any of those last cards in combination is just dead with the creature. Like, done.
Especially if you scale up and then groundswell. It's just that's it.
So we got also some pump spells that also give protection to our creatures, because this deck relies on this creature to inflict damage. So you have to be able to keep them in protection. Given hexproof, but also having the ability to pump by +2/+2 is great with blossoming defense. And then we got Vines of Vastwood, where you could kick it and give it +4/+4. Or just use the 1 to give it
you that
protection.
Yeah. So the one thing I really liked about the Blossoming Defense is the fact that you could even have swing with your guy. It's almost big enough to one-shot them, bait out the kill spell, and then Blossoming Defense just to really just say, no, you never had a chance.
So that's all pretty standard Infect deck. We got 5 spells left, and this is where it's changed and where we've gone from blue-green Infect to Tamir Infect, adding red. And the red cards that I added are give target creature double strike. And we have that with our Assault Strobes for 1 red mana, target creature gains double strike. And then we have at instant speed for 2, target creature gains double strike. But when the power is greater than 4, it also gains trample.
If you've already scaled up and you do that, then even if they block, you just go, oh, you're blocking my 6/4. Okay, cool. What's your defense? It's a 1/1. Oh no, you still lose. That hurts.
Yeah.
Insanely good.
So the reason like adding red,
I feel like this actually was only viable once scale up became a card.
adding the red
Yeah.
for the double strike. Yeah, but also in any combination of
A +4
+4
And-
so
and
our
2/2.
our ground swells and our Mine of Volcrosas, this right here +4 on our
That's 10.
on our 1/1, that's a 5. Now you
Yeah.
give that 5 double strike, that's 10. This could be done turn 2, you play Glistener Elf turn 1, and then turn 2 you just have this in so many combinations.
Yeah. Simplistic yet very deadly. All right, so no deck in Modern is complete without a sideboard.
That is true. So
So this is your land base?
yeah.
Well, let's go over the land base for a minute because that's important too. They gotta know how you're getting these quick 3-turn wins, 2-turn wins.
Yeah, so land base wise, we're just playing 20 lands. We don't really need more than 3 mana because we're just trying to be out of
Yeah.
there by turn 3 anyways.
Oh no, yeah, you're not a long game. That's
Yeah. So we have our utility land in Pendlehaven where we could buff up our 1/1 creature.
yeah.
Um,
You play Ink Moth or whatever. Yeah.
right. We play only one basic. Path really isn't as prevalent in the format. So like having multiple and the other thing is like if you're not protecting your creatures and your creatures are getting path, like you're not winning that game. Like
Yeah.
you have
If they
to
have 3 or 4
creatures.
paths within the
Right.
first few turns. That's yeah.
So we have our
Also,
one basic.
them using a path to exile on a 1-drop, it feels like it's almost a waste.
And then we move into our fetches, and just every fetch is capable of getting green, and the reason they're all capable of getting green is because what we're fetching for
Just 3 breeding pools.
is just
2
green
breeding
shots.
pools and 2 stomping grounds. So your land base is just literally just mostly fetches with a few actual playing lands.
That's correct.
That's good old Infect for you. But yeah, all right. Now let's see that sideboard.
All right. So the sideboard,
Is this where it gets freaky?
it doesn't get freaky. It's just dated. The freaky part was adding a whole nother color to a deck that's already been so prevalent
Yeah.
in Modern for so long. Everybody's like, why fix something that
It isn't broken.
that isn't broken? And the thing is like maybe Infect's not broken, but it hasn't really been
Has been doing
a whole bunch. And for such a powerful mechanic like Infect, you would think that it would have some sort of results.
Yeah, I think the biggest issues just generally come from certain newer cards being pushed by R&D.
So
But that's a whole other story.
yeah, so we got some added protection. We already had so much protection spells in the form of Spell Sky and Blossoming Defense and Vines of Vastwood. So we got some more out of the sideboard. Just one of Blossoming Defense, one of Spell Sky. Bring it in on the heavy removal matches.
Yeah. AKA the burn decks.
Yeah, we got Distortion Strike, which is really cool. Gives our creature unblockable. And it has rebound, so you can do it 2 turns in a row.
In case they, able to somehow survive the first hit.
Right, gum up the board. Of course, you have.
That's why the Team Rebel Rage seems so good. Just giving that trample on top of that. Infect double strike trample. That's disgusting.
Of course, you have to have your graveyard hate, and ours comes in the form of surgical extraction. You could just pick out a lot of important pieces.
Oh yeah.
From the graveyard and get to look at the opponent's hand as well. It's another free spell, which Phyrexian mana. That's a whole nother topic. But like it's just so.
Oh no,
so powerful.
Phyrexian mana is absolutely broken. It's why the what's that card in Commander? Kyrix, Son of Yawgmoth, gives all your black spells just Phyrexian. It's insanely powerful.
So
especially in Modern.
Yeah. speaking of insanely powerful and modern, how about like a card that was banned for so long and then just now recently unbanned Stoneforge Mystic, right? So you have to have your destroy target artifact so you could be blowing up those Batter Skulls. Now, Batter Skull isn't really a big deal against Infect because the life gain doesn't really mean anything. But a 4/4 Vigilance blocker,
that means a lot.
That's
unless you triggered scale up plus your tech team or battle rage. But even then, it's not a fight you want to engage in.
Right. So that's our artifact hate. We got a Planeswalker hate with Phyrexian Revoker, but the cool thing about Phyrexian Revoker is that it's like basically a Pithing Needle on a stick, because there's some games in Infect and some decks that you play against where like Infect is actually irrelevant. So like the first thing that comes to mind is like if you're playing against like a Coco deck or a Court of Calling deck where they have several different creatures that have clauses to where neg one counters
don't happen
or can't be put on. And if we're come up with one of those decks, the only chance we have is to push through with damage, and 1/1s aren't a great way to push through with damage no matter how stuff. So there is a sideboard plan where we could bring Phyrexian Revoker in as another attacker, and we could go more damage route with a big thing like Become Immense.
Become Immense is such a good card.
We have our
Delve is such a Delve is an actually broken mechanic. Delve is an actually broken. Phyrexian Mana is insanely powerful, but I think Delve is worse.
Delve is really, really overpowered. Like being able to give a creature
+6 for one. I mean, if you scale up and then delve into a Become Immense.
Right.
Oh, look at this! Look at this 12/10 here.
So
wow, 2 mana.
So on that strategy of forcing through regular power, we have a versatile creature here in Kitchen Finks that is also our life gain
is so good
against burn, but is
Persist
a 3
so
power that could push through for damage. And if we're on the damage route, you might as well, since we're playing red, play the most used red 1-drop, which is
Bolt.
Lightning Bolt.
You got bolt them in the face.
And you bolt them to the face. This could stop some combo creatures in those matchups we were talking about.
There's just so many good cards that just die to Bolt.
Right.
Bolt is one of the most versatile cards to have ever been printed. It's so simplistic.
Right. Like, so in a matchup where it's literally like a race, like Infect versus Zoo, and there's not a lot of interaction, and you guys are just racing to beat your opponent fast. Like, who's going to inflict the most damage, who's going to inflict the most regular damage. I could side out some Blossoming Defenses because I'm not worried about protecting my creatures, and bring in some bolts to have interaction against their creatures.
Before their stuffs get big.
Before their stuff grows.
Yeah. That's definitely... It's definitely interesting seeing a unique twist and that extra color being thrown into the Infect strategy. But sometimes you gotta be innovative to really push the boundaries. And honestly, I think that's one of the actually lacking things in Standard right now. There's not a whole lot of innovation at the moment. But hopefully that will change over this weekend. But regardless of that, that was a good job. That was a lot of fun. That was a very good, very interesting deck. I'm not the biggest fan of Infect, but still, regardless, a lot of fun there. And like I said, just absolutely very interesting. Adding red. Like you said, most people are like, oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you decide to fix it anyways. Anything else you want to say?
No, I look forward to doing some more videos, sharing some more cool stuff. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to this guy if you haven't already.
Yeah, subscribe, like this channel, favorite it, share this video all over the place. Share it to everyone that you can think of, because, well, if you think this is a video they like, but all right then. My name is Jimmy Barnes. I'm from What's on the Table, and I will be signing off.